Hello, beautiful people. It's another exciting edition of the program who's talking with Adesowa Lato. Today, I'm not alone as usual on the show, but I have someone special, another guest on the program you would want to meet. She's joining us for the first time, and I'm actually very excited about it. Osai Omowa, you're welcome on the program.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Nice having you here.
Same here.
I have your familiar, your regular face on the show. Osase George Omoigi. Osase, you're welcome on the show today.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And I have a very, very boss lady, like I described her the other time. Alas and Rachel, you're welcome on the show.
Thank you.
Nice to have you on the show. Today, it's a very serious topic because it's been of a growing concern amongst us individuals, and it's actually a very sad incident. We're talking about the death of a very prominent Nollywood actress who passed very recently due to depression. I haven't had stories of recurring deaths in her family amongst her siblings. 6 of her siblings precisely died, and then her daughter as well passed in 2020, and then she had a father as well also passed, and then that really took its toll on her a great deal, and apparently she couldn't cope with the situation, and that led to her death. So today we'll be talking on depression, causes of depression, and the causes, the effect, and how it can be managed today. So I'll be starting with Osas Omoigi, George. Osas, can you tell us, you're laughing because Osas is always... All right, so we want to know what are the possible causes of depression. You know, different things could lead to this issue of depression. Can you just highlight some of them as a way of enlightening us about it?
I think there are a lot of reasons or a lot of causes of depression.
Yeah, sure.
One is what we've always been discussing here, abuse.
Yeah, abuse.
Emotional abuse or mental abuse can cause depression. Incidences that takes a negative toll on the mind of an individual can cause depression. For example, we've seen one where Adam lost a mind due to the regular deaths occurring in the family. Even drug abuse can cause depression. There are a lot of factors.
Okay.
You see, first of all, the question is, depression is anything that plays a negative toll on the mind, depresses someone. So when you have any factor you have there that puts pressure on the mental stability of an individual, depresses the person. So there are a lot of causes. You can't just pick one, two, three.
And it actually hits differently.
It's differently actually. It's differently actually. So a lot of causes for depression.
Okay. Rachel, can you tell us some effects of this depression? What could be the possible effect from depression? Someone is depressed, going through a very tough time, agony, pain. You know, what's the possible effects from this?
All right. First of all, let's get this, that depression has a way of affecting your mental health.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely.
And when your mental health is not is sick or is not stable,
yeah,
it affects your entire body.
Okay.
Everything within
the way you think, the way you talk,
your actions, everything, even your health. You understand? Now, we're talking about the effects of depression. We're talking about one thing is you will see withdrawal. There's this withdrawal symptom. The person is keeping to his or herself. All the time.
Staying indoors.
You know, and there's this constant mood swing.
Yes.
Today you're happy, tomorrow you're sad. Even when somebody wants to make you happy, you are always sad. You know, then there's this thing, you see the person, you see this constant tearing You always cry every two thing
Okay, like for example, Adame said in one of her interviews that there are times where she went indoors, she shuts the doors behind herself, and she cried like rain.
You're always telling her.
That's
you
terrible.
are always crying. There's always going to be a reason for you to cry. You see yourself like, is this supposed to be happening to me? Am I the only one living? Am I the only one? Things like that.
Yeah.
There's this how am I going to put it? This thing like, I am not worthy. Then we're talking about your health.
Yeah.
It works on your health also. Then this, it takes a toll on your social life. Building relationship with people becomes an issue. You can't even have a steady relationship. You can't even cope with people outside. You're getting it. Then different persons have different way of when they're depressed, different ways. Now there are some persons. They are. You just see the guy will be there. I think he's so used to the pain that he somehow has aligned himself to the pain and sees the pain to be a norm. They are always angry, always moody. So they don't see anything good in people.
It looks like there's
even
no
their
solution.
dressing code, even the way they eat, it affects the way you eat. It affects your health. You will see them in the office most times. You'll be wondering, what is happening to this one? He's always saying negative things about people. That person is depressed. Then there is another type of persons where theirs is, they are always feeling sad. They are indoors, crying, moody, then suicidal.
Absolutely.
Yes.
They're always suicidal.
Yes, they're suicidal. Then some persons that drink, actually, see it as a remedy. Okay, just to cut away that pain at that time.
As a way of
suppressing that pain at that time. A lot of them become alcoholic. Some go into drugs. So there are different effects. Then we're talking about heart issues, stroke. There are different effects of depression, different effects of depression. And at the point your body might not be able to hold it. Before the person will just slump and just go.
That's what we used to.
Then some have this psychological, they become, how am I going to put it? Maniac. Psychotic. Since they can't have it, let me take it from someone. That thing starts working on their head. Just go around killing people and, it's crazy.
Wow. That's why we said it hits differently.
It hits differently.
Wow. So, Osayi, can you tell us, can this situation be managed, and how can it be managed? How possibly can it be managed?
Okay, first of all,
you can cite examples, experiences that you have.
Okay, first of all, there are medically there are different kinds of depression. Like she mentioned, we have the psychotic, right, features, which is accompanied by, what do they call it? Either delusional or hallucinating. And then there's something called bipolar. They tend to be low-spirited or extremely high-spirited. And there's something we also call perinatal depression. It's common with the changes of hormones in pregnancies. And then we have the psychotic, right, which I just mentioned, which leads to people who are also like the delusions and the rest. Okay, so now ways to manage depression. First of all, the person has to stop isolating. You have to be around people.
You have to mix up.
You have to also get in touch with helpful groups. There are people who are in charge of bipolar depressions. They are therapists. They are doctors. Get in touch. And also too, you can also manage depression through exercising. Through yogas and all. Traveling also help a lot. That's where the monetary aspect comes in. Because when you don't have money and you are depressed, it's the worst situation
It's worse.
you can ever find yourself in. Now imagine, let me use the heartbreak for example now. Imagine a guy breaking a girl's heart, and the girl is well to do.
Yeah.
You will go through that heartbreak for days. And then when your friends are like, babe, pick up your bag, we're going to Maldives, Dubai. I'm like, fuck it, Joe. Sorry, I have to use that word.
Yeah.
So now, when there's money involved, you will not really be too depressed.
Yeah.
It will come in once in a while, like you have that, oh God, it has happened. But then you have something to, and then when you have love, you have people who love you genuinely,
and
also too, have a journal. You know, writing helps you with depression, because there are some certain things I cannot tell you. Now I can list it out on that book, and like all the pains, all the anger, whatever, there is no restrictions whatsoever. Do you understand? So it can be managed in so many ways. There are some things that we cannot let go. Now let me use it the biblical aspect, when God said, come unto me, all ye that are labored and heavy laden, I will give you rest. So God knows that we the children, there are some certain things that we will face in life. And then he's saying, come to me, there is this perfect place where you can rest. So when you find solace in God, it's, things will shake you. I'll use my mom as a case study. Okay. My mom lost the only son, and then lost the mom, lost the elder sister.
Wow.
The very day she lost my only brother, because she suffered and toiled a lot for that child. And then 2 people came to seek counseling for my mom, and my mom said, oh really? Oh yeah, sit down. The very first day, she sat them down, she was talking to them. And then when my mom came out, I hugged her, I said, you are strong. It's not like it didn't get to her. Of course it did get to her. People were calling all around like, Mama, I'm going for this. Okay, my daughter, let me pray for you.
Wow.
And then she said, this is a blow that the enemy wants to give to me.
Wow. Yeah.
I must avoid it by all means. Ada Ame, now we'll have to look at the spiritual aspects.
Okay.
People don't get spiritual these days. You lost 3 siblings of yours.
6
siblings of yours.
Siblings.
How did it get to that part? Did you even check the medical aspect?
Okay.
Now, is there anything like an hereditary sickness?
Okay.
Right? What was the cause of the father's death? So what transpired to the first one, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth? And then you lost your daughter. And I'm sure if Adame, probably she tried, she fought for
and
it.
even at
Obviously
that point,
she did.
At the point after she lost her daughter, sorry to cut you, she said she had thought that she was next.
Yeah. Okay, now, so were you no therapists to help her out?
Sorry, before she lost her daughter, after she lost her sister, who was a senior team, like an assistant coach in the football team, then she thought it was her.
Her turn.
To really know. Then she lost her daughter.
Yeah. So my point exactly is,
Okay.
depression can be managed.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so can you tell us ways in which she can be managed? Sorry, Rachel, we'll come to you.
That's what
How
I just
can
said.
you manage it?
Through exercising,
Okay.
writing a journal,
Okay.
traveling, having a group
Okay.
where they can help you, like a therapist,
Okay.
sections where they can help you come out of it, having people who genuinely love you, that you can always talk to. Stop isolating yourself, because isolation will not help you.
Okay.
You start having thoughts, and then you can also improve in yourself, like stop recreational drugs and drinking.
Okay.
Do you understand? Because they are damaging your system. They're not going to help you either.
Mm.
Instead, you are creating more
damages
to your body system.
Than good. Okay, Rachel, you were saying
Yes,
something.
I actually wanted to add to it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm using myself as, I think there was a time in my life where I was actually kind of depressed.
Okay.
Now the first thing that came to mind was realizing that you are depressed.
Okay.
You're getting it. That's what we said.
Can you tell us what led to
self-realization.
Can you tell us just a bit of it?
Okay, it has to do with heartbreak, relationship, and other stuff.
Okay, so what happened?
70% of Nigerians are depressed.
It was that bad.
Okay.
You're getting it, and it was really bad.
Okay.
Coupled with the fact that many things were happening at the same time.
Okay.
Now, one thing about you being down and depressed, forget about it. See, when you give yourself an opportunity to start having negative thoughts. Everything around you becomes negative.
Negative thought is number one.
Everything around you, even up to your finance, even up to the people. Now, you were there, you're locking yourself in because you cannot find love.
Yes.
There are persons out there who want to give you this love.
You're not
because you are focused
you
on
will not
that
be
pain that you have at that time. You are not opening up to the love that is out there.
And even if you do, you won't give your best.
Thank you.
Because you've not worked on your mind.
So the first thing I did at that point was telling myself that, okay, I'm gradually getting to depression. As in, I'm there. Okay. You know, you wake up in the morning, you start talking to yourself, you can't eat, you can't sleep. Those are symptoms. So I started reading, trying to understand it. You're getting it, and I got there. Now the other thing, a friend called me and we're talking, a friend said, he said, Rachel, this is what you should do. Get a book, a journal. Every day, especially in the evenings, write down what you are grateful for that day, no matter how minute it is. Okay. So it's like, thank you God for the food that I ate today. Thank you for my mom that called. Thank you for 30 good days. Now it works magic.
Magic,
yeah. At the 10th day, 15th day and all that, I started feeling good, knowing that the fact that you lost something doesn't mean it's totally bad. You're getting it? Then I went through that space. Then secondly, there is this thing I told myself, I said, I got another journal. And I woke up in the morning as a lady and I looked at myself in the mirror, one full mirror, and I said, girl, you're beautiful. You are good, you're intelligent, you're smart.
You're trying to work on your mind.
So he talked about self-love. You're getting it? So I brought that in. Now I sat down in that journal, I started writing down what I love about me.
Okay.
I don't care about what you are talking about. You said I'm not good enough. I know I am good enough.
Okay.
You made a choice, whatever it is you did, I know that I am more than good enough. Okay. So I sat down and I wrote all those things that I am good at. And that was giving me back self-confidence. I did 4 things. The third thing I did, I started working on myself.
Okay.
Reading.
Okay.
Meditating. Creating little habits.
Okay.
Okay. There is this thing they call dopamine oxytocin, when you give yourself a little bit of applaud when you have done something good for yourself. Right? Okay. So I started giving myself little habits, even if it's 5 minutes yoga a day. I was sitting in something.
You're trying to wake yourself up.
And that joy started coming in. You're getting started coming in. Then I spent my time in God. Okay. Oh God, I spent my time with God. Now at the end of it all, I realized that it has to do, no matter how much people are around you to help you heal. If you do not make up your mind.
I guess that was what happened to Adam. Because you would see that on social media, on our pages, you saw Empress Jama was always on her side.
She wasn't enough.
Empress was always on her side, always helping
Empress
her.
wasn't enough. You know? Because what she was saying is, you're talking about emotional depression.
Yes.
Right? And yours was a short term. There are people who will die.
Yes, no, we're just talking about.
Yeah, there are people who will die with depression.
Yes.
There are people who has long-term depression that will last for
a long time. Yes. A very long time. Okay.
I think there's something we need to really check first. First of all. Everything everybody said is actually right. But one thing is, there is something I would always say. That the threshold for pain
very
is not my threshold for pain.
Exactly. We can't.
I don't want us to compare our experiences with our experience. This lady lost 8 people. 8. You know what it means for one person to die in front of you, then consecutively 8. Now, like she said, she needed to seek probably spiritual guidance. We don't know if she did. Now, the fact that we don't know if she did. Don't also forget we have a lot of fraudsters who might have even taken advantage of that situation to do what they want to do. So while we focus on what the person depressed should do, I think we should also focus on what the people around should learn to do.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They should learn to do. Now, that I love you or that I love who's depressed is not enough to heal a depressed person.
Exactly.
It's not enough to heal a depressed person. How you profess your love to the person It matters a lot for us. The medical side of it matters a lot. I think here in Africa, we practically find it difficult to believe that people can be depressed. Now, that is what we're not looking at that right now. We discover that you say you're depressed. I beg you, wait till you don't see.
Out of 5 people,
you understand?
3, 4 are depressed.
And we sit down and we take people's complaint trivial. We hear statements like, wait till you don't see. Forgetting that it's not a function of how much pain you've gone through. It's a function of how the person feels the particular pain he or she is going through. You know what I'm saying? So there was a particular incident where a friend of mine lost the mom, another friend lost the dad, and one was trying to compare that the pain of losing the mom or the pain of losing the dad was more. Now, but you're taking out of cognizance the relationship you have with both parties. You get what I'm saying? So the way people feel when they are depressed should not be undermined.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone can be depressed right now, and you try all your possible best to get them off it. It won't. Because depression, the key to depression sometimes has triggers. There are some little things you do that triggers the person out of that position. You have to find what works. So if you're putting yourself in a position to say, this person, I'm ready to help, you have to be patient enough to find what works. And apart from that, the traditional stance we have that we can't be depressed because we're Africans plays a very great role in the way people relate to people that have depression. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. Now, we believe here in Africa that we struggle a lot, we fight a lot, so we are so resilient. And that resilience has been our greatest undoing. The fact that we feel we are too strong to go through a certain place, which is why most people that are depressed don't believe or they don't want to agree that they are depressed. Then another thing is the religious part of it. We need to be very careful. Most pastors, sorry to use the word, most pastors diagnose depression as demonic attack. No, it is the simple truth. You see someone that has withdrawn, as we see now, or banji or something. You see, we always find a way to want to trivialize or demonize what people go through. Now, I've seen cases where the pastors are conducting deliverance for someone that has suicidal thoughts.
Wow.
Listen, I'm not saying that there are no demons that can cause that. No. I'm not a spiritual expert in that field. But what I'm saying is this: that when someone's mind is tempered with, when someone loses that mental balance, it's an automatic invitation for a subconscious power to take over of whatsoever the person is thinking as at that point. Now, you could, in your own belief, call that demonic attack, but something opened the door to that. And until we start looking for the things that open the door to that particular distance, we can't have a proper solution to it. She mentioned some medical depression and things that can cause medical depression. Now imagine solving medical depression with love. How the hell is it going to work?
No, that's why speaking to therapists.
Exactly, professionals. They are professionals. But the thing is, are these professionals available out there for people? And the cost, you still talked about poverty.
They are available to those who can afford
hiring these professionals. And to be honest, I asked a question one time. I said, how many people that actually visit therapists even survive it? Let's go outside the country, for example. I know a lot of famous actors that have died that were practically spending half of their income on therapists, and still they committed suicide.
That's so bad.
But 50% is on drugs.
Yes.
I agree with you, which is why I said from the beginning that drugs can also cause. Now you see that if you had nipped it at the root, which is the cause is the drugs, it would have been easier. Your mind cannot be fighting against you, and at the same time your body is fighting against you.
That's where the self-realization comes in.
You have to realize yourself and know what you...
people to realize?
Because if you do not realize yourself, you continue.
Sometimes it takes self-denial.
Not sometimes, most of the time. Even apart from even depression, relationships and all that, we live in self-denial.
Exactly.
We live in self-denial. Now the thing is, what
we
will
help
it take?
make excuses
for ourselves. So what will it take for this person to come to the realization? So what I want to know, is there a key that you can just slot into the keyhole and the person will just come to the realization that
I think those are the symptoms we're talking about. Right?
Okay.
Those are the symptoms we're talking about.
Okay. Yes,
when you see yourself, you like withdrawing, you're
laying back. That give you joy. They no longer give you joy.
All those are symptoms that, man, you're getting somewhere. You're getting depressed. You're always moody. You're not happy anymore.
You snap at
you're
everything
easily.
easily.
Sleeping, fatigued. You understand? Your food, this thing has changed. You're not eating well and all those stuff. Some person will just start eating when they're depressed. As in, anything comes in.
It's too much, yeah.
So,
so there are symptoms. So when you recognize those symptoms, you should know that I'm getting there.
Don't forget now, there are some contrasts here. Some people, their symptoms is they don't eat. Some people they eat too much. Now the question is, how could the person imagine like this?
That's why we said it hits differently. Different people react differently.
Me, I know myself a lot there. If I have money, food cannot come close.
Okay.
Do you understand? I cannot just start thinking of food when I'm calculating what I should use money to do. Now, if I don't have money, I'm going through a lot.
That's what
I can be eating rice. And then the next thing is, oh God, there's beans, so let me go and bring it out from the fridge and warm. And then the next thing, chocolate. I am eating, I'm picking.
Because you know yourself. Now, so which point, no, self-realization is realizing you are depressed. Now, on that aspect. Now, there's another thing which you just hit the nail on the head, is the fact that man, know thyself. A lot of people don't even know themselves. To the extent that when this issue comes, they don't even know what they are supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do.
They're not supposed to do.
That's where the self-denial comes in.
Okay.
It's not that they don't know.
They do.
They do?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just like you now. You are. I don't understand. You should know yourself as a man.
You said should.
You should. Yes.
You are supposed
to know yourself as a man.
What if I don't?
Why won't you? As a grown adult.
My question is,
not
open as a man, as a human. Because you are
somebody will say, no, you are like this. And then they're like, no,
is it possible? My question is it possible for someone not to know themselves? Yes or no?
You see that the person's mental...
Are there tendencies? No, there are. What do you know? There are tendencies. You know, you're talking from a position
of knowledge. The only way we can.
I think that's where therapists will come in to help the person discover his
what I'm saying. Are you saying?
Okay.
I like to eat beans. I don't like to eat moi moi. It's like you knowing yourself.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking
about. Is that actually knowing yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's
knowing your likes. Now, it's knowing your likes, knowing your dislike, knowing what is flawed to you.
Okay.
All right.
So when you deviate from this, then you know you are gradually slipping into.
Exactly, like something is wrong.
You know why I'm asking these questions? It's because there is an answer to it.
Okay.
And that's what we're hitting. Because
what's the answer? What's the answer?
The answer now is you need to know your likes, your dislikes. You need to know what makes you tick, what makes you happy, what makes you sad. Now, when you start living on the edge, or you start living with everything that makes you sad, then my brother or my sister, there is a problem. You need to start.
You'll be on one particular.
It's just you have a daughter at home.
You'll just be there.
And then you know this daughter is a very lively daughter.
Yes.
She comes back from school, she's telling you everything. And then the next thing she's staying away.
Yeah, she's staying away.
You know that something is wrong with this my child.
Wrong with the child.
So if you can observe that, it means we need to learn.
Of course,
we have to be observant.
We need to observe ourselves.
We have to be observant.
We need to start observing ourselves. People don't observe themselves. We need to start observing ourselves.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, I have to put something. It's just like a few days ago. I know I've been eating too much. I've been having too much weight.
Okay.
Right? And I'm like, oh God.
Okay.
My heart is beating too fast.
Okay.
No, this is no longer enjoyment.
Okay,
I have to cut down on so many things.
Watch it.
Now I can watch. I've been able to watch myself medically. Like, okay, this is not me. I'm no longer fit.
Yeah.
Do you get? So you cannot tell me for a grown adult. You are walking down the stairs, and then you are breathing so fast, and then you say, I've not been observing myself.
That's why I want them to be fit.
I think it's just self-denial.
Yes, self-denial. Thank you so much. It's been a very nice time on the show. I would quickly talk about Adame again. You know, sometime in June, I think last month, she came up to say that she was having mental health issues, which also boils down to the depression we've been hitting on and talking about. I want to quickly say this. When you see someone out, there's an advice to our fans: be nice to people, because you don't know who is going through depression. You do not know what people are going through. People are struggling with, battling with, you do not know. So just try to be nice to people. Thanks a lot for joining us on the show today. We hope it has been so educative and informative to you. Thanks a lot.